We are now just 10 months away from the release of Star Wars Episode 9 by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing that a lot of people are really curious about is, of course, the teaser trailer, right? The first set of footage of this movie that'll give fans an overall idea of the tone of Episode 9 and exactly what J.J. Abrams is aiming to do for the final installment of this current trilogy. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with shot descriptions of the teaser trailer. Specifically, descriptions consisting of Rey running across a battlefield with an ignited blue lightsaber in one hand, where in the other hand she is holding some type of shield. It's described that her hair is down and appears to be very nighty. It's described the scene is like a mixture of World War II and medieval times. It's described the shield has some type of symbol on it that may be affiliated with the Resistance. The next goes over a close-up of Kylo Ren with an ignited blade. It's described that his eyes appear to be yellow. This could be the reflection from the blade or somehow has Sith eyes, followed by a sequence that is a wide shot of Kylo pointing his saber at Rey, with the ships crashing in the background with troopers and Resistance fighters fighting each other in the background. Another goes over a shot of Keri Russell's character, codenamed Mara, holding a blaster rifle shooting stormtroopers and Resistance fighters. It's described that she is kneeling with a helmet of her own by her foot. Lastly, a sequence is, of course, Dominic Monaghan's character with Poe and Finn on horses escaping a large explosion where the shockwave is coming for them. So I want to go over a couple of parts about all of this that's getting me very interested in the first set of footage of Episode 9 and exactly what JJ is trying to do with this movie. Now, these descriptions honestly do speak volumes and do match, how JJ wants to make this movie an all-out war and a war to end all wars. So we do know that Episode 9 is going to have a lot of chaotic moments in the film. Now, the thing that stands out to me the most about all of these is how Rey is actually using a shield on, of course, one of the battlefields in Episode 9 within the third act of the movie. Now, we do know that she's actually going to reforge the Anakin Skywalker lightsaber. In this scenario, she is using the blue lightsaber that once belonged to both Luke and Anakin, but she's also using a shield in the other hand. Now, this is honestly going to be a very interesting visual piece to have Rey on the battlefield using a shield while also using an ignited blue lightsaber. Not only does this match medieval times and the tones of it all that will be inserted into Episode 9 on, of course, a much larger scale, but this also does line directly up with how J.J. Abrams wants to bring Rey in a totally different direction in this movie. Now, do keep in mind that this is most definitely one of the sequences based within the third act of the film. We do know that one of the battlefields is deeply inspired by World War II and, of course, medieval times featuring a large castle structure. Now, the next one that I do want to go over is Kylo Ren and the yellow eyes. Now, it's described that he has a lightsaber pointed at Rey, a wide shot, and a close-up shot of course, Kylo Ren's eyes appearing to be yellow. Now, to my knowledge, I don't believe that you can have Sith eyes unless you are a Sith, right? Unless dark side users can fully embrace the dark side of the Force and get the Sith and yellow eyes, that's a possibility, I guess. Other than that, it may very well just be something as simple as the reflection of the lightsaber causing the yellow eyes of Kylo Ren. Now, the other thing that I do want to go over is, of course, Keri Russell's character, codenamed Mara. Now, the character of Mara, a lot of people are trying to figure out exactly who she is in this movie. Is she a Knight of Ren? Is she a new villain? Is she a bounty hunter of some sort? We're not quite sure. Now, the last that I do want to go over that definitely does point directly to the World Devastators, or at least something like them, is how Dominic Monaghan's character is on this space horse alongside with both Finn and Poe, as well on horses, escaping a large explosion that caused a shockwave that's coming for them. Now, we've been hearing about this jungle world that actually does get hit by multiple super weapons by the First Order that cause these large explosions, very much like the explosion that we saw in, of course, Rogue One when Jedha got hit by the Death Star. It's something that to that magnitude, if you will, where it's basically like an atomic bomb sequence where you have this large shockwave, chasing a lot of the heroes of the Resistance and other individuals in this movie. So you can really see that JJ is really trying to create all these different chaotic moments that are full of, action-heavy sequences that are really going to get the adrenaline pumping for the audience that goes ahead and see this movie come December of this year in 2019. Now, I will say the thing that really does excite me the most is the sequence in which Rey is using a lightsaber and a shield in the other hand, where she's blocking blaster fire by stormtroopers on this battlefield that is supposed to have different elements of World War II and medieval times. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.